What's up, guys? It's Archer here. Welcome back to our Ootp 19 franchise with the Kansas City Royals. Today we are on the second episode of the AL Championship Series playing the Boston Red Sox. Today we have Justin Dunn going up against Chance Adams in the first matchup, and then Forrest Whitley going up against Masahiro Tanaka in the second. Obviously a big episode for us because we could end up clinching this series and punching our ticket to the World Series, so that would be obviously pretty huge from us. A little reminder on the Red Sox roster. Chris McTeague going to be starting off in the leadoff spot from center field against the right-hander Justin Dunn. Paul Goldschmidt, Rafael Devers, Andrew Benintendi, Mookie Betts, Shai-Kang Guy, Xander Bogaerts, Carlos Andres Cortez, Evan Skoug, and then, of course, the pitcher Chance Adams. We still have our regular lineup. Of course, Joe Panik back after an absence earlier in the season. Let's get right into the game. All right, so here we are in Boston. Chance Adams on the mound. Chance has been a pretty good pitcher this year for Boston. They don't have quite the pitching depth that we do, so we're hoping to steal a couple for him. And Ely does strike out to start off this game. Chance has already started once in this playoffs, went 5 innings, allowed a run. Joe Panik is going to be out at first base, it looks like, and he is. See if Edward Olivares can get something started for us here in the first inning, and he sneaks one past the shortstop into center field, and that'll be a single for him. So 1 on base for Kansas City, and Nomar Mazara up at bat, and Chance Adams is going to strike him out. That'll retire the side, and we'll be into the bottom of the first. So Justin Dunn obviously looking for redemption after his last playoff start where he gave up 5 earned runs in only 2/3 of an inning. A game which we pretty miraculously won, but obviously not ideal. Gets the first on a ground out straight to him. So that's already 1 out to his name. And he will walk Paul Goldschmidt, so always kind of on the edge of our seats now every time Justin Dunn gives up something. This one into right field. Doesn't look like it's going to fall for a hit, though. Olivares under it, and that'll be 2 away. Andrew Benintendi now to face Dunn. This one into, it looks like center left field. Jerry Neely ranging over, and he'll have that easily with his incredible speed. So we'll go until runners in scoring position. We can't get any in the top of the second. And the bottom of the second goes the same for Boston, so it looks like perhaps settling down a little bit is Justin Dunn. And nothing there for us in the top of the third either, so we'll see if Justin Dunn can make it through a clean inning. He cannot, so a leadoff double to Carlos Andres Cortez brings up Evan Skoug. And that'll be a bunt, it looks like, so it moves the runner over, but 1 out on the board for Boston. Already 38 pitches here for Dunn. And this one is going to be an out, but it'll let up a run. Hit softly towards the second baseman Panik. So 2 away, 1 run already given up by Justin Dunn. We'll see if he can deal with Paul Goldschmidt. Loud contact made. That could be out of here. It's going to be close. Right up against the wall. Jerry Neely makes the grab. And that'll retire the side. Boston unfortunately ahead in this one 1-0. See if our offense can get anything going here. It cannot. And that'll bring up Justin Dunn to face Rafael Devers. He'll get the first on a ground out to Rowdy Tellez. And since this is the meat of the Boston lineup, we'll see if he can get through it. Snuck into center field by Benintendi, and that's going to be 1 on for the Boston Red Sox. We'll see if Mookie Betts can do anything with it. This one slapped to the third baseman Chapman. He could have gone for 2, instead gets the sure out at first. And that'll bring up Shai-Kang Guy, who strikes out. Justin Dunn gets out of the inning. A little bit of trouble there in the bottom of the fourth, but no runs given up. Chance Adams rolling so far, and he continues to shut down our offense. Only 1 hit on the game. And Justin Dunn to try and take on the rest of this lineup. That one over the head of Joe Panik. He's only like 5'6", so not surprising, I suppose. Carlos Andres Cortez up now to face Dunn, and the runner is moving. This one's going to be a ground out to first, but the runner will safely make it to second. Robinson looked like he was trying to steal there, and at 67 pitches, I think we're going to start warming somebody up. This game is still very close, so I'm going to warm up Justin Lawrence because I trust him to get strikeouts. Just in case things go haywire for Dunn. This one to the third baseman. No, it's going to be through, and the throw from Mazzara is going to have to be good at the plate. It looked like it was. It is. And we'll get an out on a play at the plate. Excuse me, that was Khalil Lee in left field. I'd thought about subbing in Mazzara since that outfield is really short out there in left, but I decided not to. So Justin Dunn to face Chris McTeague now. And that's going to be to the second baseman, to first base, and that's going to be an out. So the inning will end. Dunn has gotten into significantly more trouble than Chance Adams here. We'll see if he starts to tire at 60 pitches. Sean Murphy hits this one sharply into center field, and this could be extra bases. He's going to go for two, slides in, and he is safe. Excellent hitting there by Sean Murphy, and the first real sign of trouble that Chance Adams has had all game. Anderson Simmons up at the plate, hits this one to the third baseman. That's going to be an easy ground out. Handled by Devers with ease, and that'll bring up Jerian Ely. Ely hits this one hard into left field. It could be off the wall. No, just short, and Benintendi tracks it down. Really unfortunate first there. That looked like it could have been a scoring play. And Joe Panik will try to make something out of this inning. He can't do it. Strikes out, and we leave a man in scoring position. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. We're going to sit down Justin Lawrence. He is tiring in the bullpen, and we are going to get Liam Hendricks up. I just want to make sure I have somebody ready at all times. That's going to be another walk to Paul Goldschmidt. And Justin Dunn with Devers, Benintendi, and Betts all up is staring down the barrel of a gun right now. Strikes out Devers. That is a huge first out. We'll see if he can do as well against Benintendi. And he gives out a walk. And at this point, I think that his night is over at 92 pitches. I just don't trust him. Not the way the playoffs have gone for him. So Liam Hendricks will come in to face Mookie Betts. And hopefully with his fantastic stuff, he can get a strikeout here and make things a little less hairy for us. He can't. That one's going to be really high into center field. Ely looks like he's on it. The runner's going to move from second and easily make it to third. So now a runner on third with Shai Kang Guy at the plate. Got to trust our man Liam Hendricks and see if he can get us through the inning. This one hit very hard into right field. It's out of the ballpark, and disaster here for Kansas City in the bottom of the sixth. 4-0 Red Sox with our offense looking like it's still asleep. That's really unfortunate. And well, we have to give somebody a chance to come in after Hendricks, and that's a walk. Hendricks probably in full-on panic mode right now, and we're going to bring in Davey Mendez to hopefully stem the tide. Come on, Davey. Get us an out. We really need it. That's into center field. Ely might be able to track it down. He can. And that'll end the inning, but a 3 spot for the Red Sox. And again, our offense looked like it left the bats on the bus. So Chance Adams here. 80 pitches in the top of the 7th. Heart of the lineup coming at him. Maybe we can get something going here. Olivares loops this one into center. It might just drop. Diving grab by McTeague, and that'll be the first out of the inning. And Nomar Mazara now up to face Adams. Mazara strikes out. He has had a really tough playoff so far, hitting only 136. Not what you want to see out of your designated hitter. And Matt Chapman will come up now. Gets this one down the line, actually. This could be a double if he hustles, and it's going to be close. He just barely gets in there. So Matt Chapman, who has been really great all playoffs for us, picks up a double, and maybe that's the kick in the behind that we need. Khalil Lee, he might just... Oh, no, great play by the second baseman. Cortez handles it well. I thought he might just sneak one past there. But unfortunately, we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th with nothing. And we'll leave Davy Mendez in to start it. This in the left field could be trouble, and it dies out on the warning track. Lee gets it, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Should probably get somebody warming up behind Mendez, who, remarkably enough, has reverse splits, is actually a little bit better against lefties. I think we are going to, at this point, warm up Matt Bridges in the hopes that if nothing else, we can just get him some time these playoffs and hopefully be able to trust him later down the line if we really need him. Mendez, though, looks like he's doing well. Paul Goldschmidt up now. 2 outs, and Goldschmidt hits one really hard and gone. So it looks like we left Mendez in for one too many batters, and that's going to be the end of his night, certainly. And Matt Bridges comes in. Not a great place to bring him in. He'll face Rafael Devers as his first batter these playoffs. Although we're already 5 down, so I don't want to say it can't get too much worse, but at this point, just trying to string together any positives we can, as this one is extra bases for Rafael Devers. And lineup doesn't get too much easier from here, so Bridges could struggle. Benintendi, this one is weakly hit, but it might fall in front of Olivares. It does, and he can't get the throw in, so it'll be 6-0 Boston, and we are just looking awful here. And this could be the end of the inning, though. Nope, safe. Nothing doing on the throw from Murphy. Mookie Betts, can we get him out? It's contact, but Bridges collects, throws to first base, and that'll be the end of the inning. So a rough 6th and 7th sees us fall well behind in this game, and it's going to take some absolute magic here against Kelvin Herrera and the rest of the Red Sox bullpen for us to get anything from this game. Rowdy Tellez is going to have to be the man to start it. And he strikes out looking. Kelvin Herrera, of course, one of the first players that we dealt off in our rebuild. Sean Murphy hits one hard again, but this one right to the center fielder. And that'll be 2 outs in the 8th, and our chances are quickly dwindling. Andrelton Simmons to face Herrera, and that is going to be the 3rd out on a ground out to the shortstop. And we are just looking really punchless. It's very disappointing. I'm going to get Brian Hudson warming up just because of the lefties in the game, but ultimately I think this one is Bridges to take through the inning as he gets the 1st out on a ground out to Simmons. He'll face Drew Robinson now. Robinson hits this one to Matt Chapman. Chapman to Tellez, and that connection works once again for the out. Carlos Andres Cortez hits this one to Tellez himself. He'll take it to the bag, and that'll be a quick inning. So hopefully we get our offense back on the field quickly. Jerry and Ely, if there's anybody that's going to start it for us, it would be him. Kelvin Herrera is going to take the 9th here. And this one to the second baseman. Can he beat him down the line? He cannot. And that is 1 away here as Joe Panik steps to the plate. Panik again straight to the second baseman, and I think chances of a comeback are pretty much stifled here. So Edward Olivares maybe gets some pity, but he won't get much else. That one is through, so we stay alive in theory, but Nomar Mazar is going to end this one, I think. No, he's not. So Goldschmidt a little bit too lackadaisical there, and Mazara just miracles his way into a hit, which really should go down as an error, but it doesn't. Maybe it just ate him up. Matt Chapman up against Kelvin Herrera. We keep the inning going. It looks like that's going to be the end of it, and it is. So Boston take the 3rd game 6-0, and obviously really disappointing for us there, but we have Forrest Whitley on the mound tomorrow, and Masahiro Tanaka is not the pitcher he once was. So let's get right into it and see if we can get anything out of this game. Hopefully our offense will look a little bit more like itself. That does mean we can't end the series in this episode if I stick to my schedule, which I've been known not to do. But we can certainly get a lot closer, or things can get a lot worse depending on how this game goes. So Tanaka, 4.69 ERA on the season, and Ely to start things off with a ground out. And not exactly what you wanted to see here from us in the first inning. 2 straight ground outs, this one to the first baseman. Maybe Olivares can make things look a little better. Well, get some contact on the fly out to right field, but that one not hit very sharply. And that'll end the inning for Tanaka. Forrest Whitley has not seen action yet in these playoffs. He'll be facing McTeague, Goldschmidt, and Devers for the first inning. That one is going to be hit softly towards Joe Panik, and he will get the first out of the inning and the first out of these playoffs for Forrest Whitley. Whitley's going to strike out Goldschmidt for the second out, and we'll see how he deals with Rafael Devers. This one hit to Whitley to the first baseman, and that is going to be out number 3. We'll see if we can get anything going these playoffs. We'll actually watch Nomar Mazara, something that we haven't done too much of lately, and he sneaks one into right field, so maybe that's the trick. He just likes an audience. So Mazara on first. We'll watch Matt Chapman here. Mazara on first, and that is going to be strike 3. First out of the inning. Khalil Lee up now to face Masahiro Tanaka, and that's going to be a balk. A balk. Balk? Balk. I don't know how to say it. I thought I did, and then the word came out of my mouth, and now I'm not so sure. Khalil Lee up, and this one is hit sharply into right field. Could be trouble, but the right fielder is going to get to it. Runner looks like he will advance to third base, though. And so we'll have a man on third and 2 outs. We'll see if Tellez can get anything out of it. He gets a walk, so a 2-out walk there from Rowdy Tellez, and now Sean Murphy up, and he's going to strike out. So Tanaka gets out of the inning. A little bit of trouble there for Boston, but ultimately nothing to come from it. See if Whitley gets through a clean inning. He doesn't. He walks 2 to start. And I probably should have started warming somebody up before Shaikan Guy got into it, but this one is hit sharply down the line into right field, and that is going to be triple for Guy, and that is just awful. I just can't be doing that in the playoffs. Forrest, what are you doing? So 2 walks and then the triple, and I have a migraine. Xander Bogaerts strikes out at least with a man on third. It'd be nice if Carlos Cortez could do the same, but he's going to hit this one into left field. Khalil Lee can't collect, and that's going to be a 3-run inning for Boston. And right now we are not looking on offense like we could even put up a 3-spot in a whole game, so that's obviously pretty disconcerting. Matt Chapman's going to get the fly out here, though, and we are going to be 1 out away from this inning ending. McTeague hits this one really softly, but it is going to drop. Olivares can't make the throw to third. And it begins once again with Whitley facing Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt hits this one to Simmons, which thankfully looks like it's going to end the inning, and it will. And a 3-spot, really, usually I wouldn't be that upset about it, but just the way our offense has been looking. Look, another clean inning for Tanaka. It just looks like it's not going to happen. I'm going to get Brad Keller up, just in case. And somehow... so Devers looks like he got a single. Yeah, let's look at this real quick. So Devers actually got walked, and then Benintendi scored him from first on a double. Great. I'm so happy with that. So it's 4-0 now, Boston. Benintendi on second, And with 54 pitches, I'm just going to take Forrest Whitley out. There's no reason to keep him out there. So we'll see if Brad Keller can fare slightly better. This is a ground ball to Simmons, which is going to be handled well. And that'll be the first out of the inning, excuse me. Keller will face Guy, and that one hit really high into center field, but it doesn't look like it's going to be danger as Ely gets under it to collect. He's going to throw to third. It's going to be cut off. Benintendi is going to easily reach third, and that'll be 2 outs with a man on third for Xander Bogaerts at the plate. And that is going to be to Matt Chapman, to Rowdy Tellez to end the inning. And 4-0 Boston as we move into the fourth. Can we get anything? No, we cannot. Can Keller hold them? Again, no. I guess that would have been a home run by McTeague. Wow, 441-foot bomb by Chris McTeague, who really doesn't have that much power, but he crushed one against Brad Keller. Keller faces Goldschmidt, and that one could be out of the park as well, and it is. Unbelievable. 400 feet, 6-0 Boston, and all of a sudden our playoff dreams look like they are crashing and burning. I guess at this point we'll warm up Hudson. He gets through the inning, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Can our offense get anything? Yeah, we can get Sean Murphy on second. So we'll watch Simmons as he tries to bring him home. He strikes out because of course he does. The universe hates us. Jerry and Ely now to face Murphy. This one into center field, and that's going to be an out. So a man on second, but nothing else for Kansas City there in the top of the fifth. And we'll wait until Brad Keller gets in a little bit of trouble here, which he inevitably does, and then we'll put in Brian Hudson. So, Hudson to face the lefty Carlos Andres Cortez with a man on first and second and 2 outs. Pretty good at inducing ground balls, so perhaps he'll get that. Nope, this one is going to be hit into left field. Khalil Lee collects, and that'll be the end of the inning, thankfully. Masahiro Tanaka, only 71 pitches, cruising through our lineup right now. But he does give up a 2-run home run. Who was that to? That was going to be Panic with a walk, and then Edward Olivares with a 437 bomb. So perhaps a little bit of life in a still. Nomar Mazara to face Tanaka. This one hit sharply into right field. That's going to be extra bases for Mazara. And that is going to be a man on second with no outs against Masahiro Tanaka here in the top of the sixth. Matt Chapman now to face Tanaka. Chapman hitting very well in this playoffs, but that is going to be a infield flyout to the shortstop. And that'll be 1 away for Tanaka, so he's 1 step closer to ending this inning and keeping the lead. Khalil Lee is going to try and end that, and he gets a walk. So if nothing else, we're pushing up the pitch count for Tanaka. And we know that the Red Sox bullpen isn't amazing, so maybe we can get something out of that. Tellez, though, is going to ground into a double play, and that'll end the inning. Just have not been good enough on offense or pitching, really. It's been pretty bad on both fronts, which is especially upsetting considering our pitching was really the strength of our club. As Evan Skaug strikes out. Yeah, I mean, our pitching was the strength of our club for pretty much the entire season. Hudson's going to have a man on second base here. We're going to start warming up Matt Bridges once again as he faces Devers and gets a ground out to end the inning. But some really disappointing showings here from our pitchers in the playoffs. We were, I believe, first in ERA collectively. So we definitely shouldn't be giving up these kinds of numbers consistently in the playoffs, especially not in back-to-back games. as Sean Murphy strikes out against Kelvin Herrera. And Andrelton Simmons does the same. He's not that good. I mean, we had him. We know how good he is. He's not amazing. Ely grounds out to end the inning, and things once again looking pretty grim here as Matt Bridges comes in to face Andrew Benintendi. We'll watch this at bat. Hopefully Bridges can do something good here. He strikes him out, and that makes me feel a little bit better about just letting him go until runners in scoring position. So we get to the other side of that one, and we're at the top of the 8th now. Zach Britton on the mound, best reliever for Boston by far, and he'll face the lefty Joe Panik. And Panik gets one to the shortstop. He maybe can beat it down the line, can't quite get it. Good throw there from Xander Bogaerts. And Zach Britton will now face Edward Olivares. And Olivares hits one to the shortstop. That'll be the second out of the inning. And once again, the comeback looking very unlikely as Nomar Mazara steps up to the plate. This one hit high, but perhaps not hard enough. Right into the warning track, and that's going to end the inning. Leave Matt Bridges in to hopefully do the work here as he gets Bogaerts to fly out to right field. Olivares under it for the first out of the inning. Bridges at 13 pitches here, and he strikes out Carlos Andres Cortez as hopefully the confidence for him is growing. He'll face Skaug, who gets this one into left field. And that is going to be the first runner on for Boston this inning. Chris McTeague now up. He had the home run earlier in this game, but this one's going to be a flyout to Joe Panik, and that'll end the inning. So one last chance at redemption here for Kansas City, Chapman, Lee, and Tellez before this series is all tied up. And Chapman's going to strike out to start it. Obviously not ideal. So 2 outs remaining for us, facing Zach Britton, and Lee grounds this one to the first baseman, who can't make the throw back to the pitcher. And we will take what we can get right now. You'd think about stealing Khalil Lee if things were a bit closer, but really it's not going to help as Tellez strikes out. Zach Britton looked like he was injured, though. They have to take him out of the ball game. And however unfortunate that may be for Boston, it might just be a chance for us to face somebody else and maybe get something going. It is not. Sean Murphy strikes out. And this series is all tied up, so 2 quick losses to the Boston Red Sox, and all of a sudden it's a new series. So I guess I'll be back with the next episode. Kyle Wright, Dylan Bundy, Eduardo Rodriguez rematch against Justice Sheffield, and then the final game could be Kyle Wright once again, just depending on how things work out. And on the other side in the NL, Pittsburgh Pirates lead the New York Mets 3-2 in the LCS. Looks like they're going to have McClanahan to face Madison Bumgarner on the mound in what could be the final game of that series, and that'll determine who the winner of our series will face in the World Series. For now, guys, that's going to end the episode, unfortunately. I was hoping that we could get a sweep and get right into the World Series, but now it's looking like we might not even get into the World Series the way we played those last 2 games. Offense has just gone totally quiet, and the defense has not been much better. So we're going to leave it there. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Please like the video if you did like the video, and I'll see you next time.